everyone, it's me Sanchari and welcome back to my channel The Beauty Company. Hope you all are doing well. As you know from the title and thumbnail what is the topic of today's video. So today I will be decluttering my foundation, and before disposing them off I thought I will share with you guys what the foundation is all about, how it swatches, how the shade is, whether it was right for me, wrong for me, all of that good stuff. So if you guys are interested then please keep on watching. Alright you guys, so I'm here with my bare skin to swatch all the foundation that we are going to declutter in today's video. So let's start with the first one, and it is Nyka's Skin Genius Sculpting and Hydrating Foundation. I had picked up the shade 03 Warm Sand. Now this shade was really light on me and I don't know what on the earth made me buy such a light shade. This foundation had a capacity to adjust to your skin tone, but still Warm Sand is too light, so I don't know how much it could have adjusted to my skin tone. I was really unknowledgeable how to select your skin shade and all of that good stuff, but now that I really know how to select your right shade of foundation, I'm all sorted. By the way, I have already made a video on this particular topic, so if you want I will mention it on the I button here. Please don't forget to go and check it out. So this is Warm Sand and you can see how light it looks on my face, and still I went ahead and purchased this shade and wanted this to adjust to my skin tone. This is my actual skin tone and this foundation is very light. I don't know what made me buy this. Anyways, let's move ahead with the second one. Next I have this Laurel Infallible Stay Fresh 24 Hours foundation, and this is in the shade 150 Radiant Beige. It suits people with medium skin tone with cool pink undertone. Now I don't know why I got such a light shade. Let me just give you a swatch. Already it has turned green and the foundation has already expired, so I'm just taking a risk and showing you guys that yes, this is even lighter than the Nyka Skin Genius one. As you know how layman works, they don't know anything about the undertone, anything about the skin tone. They just go ahead, pick up the shade and they think that yes, this will work. So that is what happened with me. So yes, this is the shade Radiant Beige. Then I have Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Foundation in the shade 330 Toffee. Now this is a mini size. It comes in a squeezy tube packaging, but the original size that you get, it comes in a glass bottle, and nowadays you also get a pump, which is a very good point. But personally, if you ask me, I don't like the feel of this foundation. It makes my makeup very dry and patchy at the end of the day, because I have a dry skin and this is a matte and poreless foundation, so it will keep your makeup matte for a very long time, and it is good for people with oily skin type. Maybelline Fit Me was the first foundation that I had ever tried, and that time I was not knowing how the foundation should be on your skin, how it should feel on your skin. But now that I'm well educated and I'm well informated, now I know how it should look on your skin. So this is how it swatches, and from the swatch, as you can see, it is meant for people with tan with yellow undertone. But when I apply full face of this, my face looks very ghostly. It looks very white on me. If I use any dark concealer and try to balance it out with a bronzer and all of that good stuff, still I do not like the makeup how it looks. So yes, I'm giving this a pass. Next I have Maybelline Superstay 24 Hours Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Golden, and this suits people with medium skin tone with yellow undertone. Now I was having two backups of this particular shade, because when it had launched I was just loving how it looked on my skin, and after using couple of times I felt that no, this foundation is not for me because it is very dry, very matte, and I nowadays don't like that matte dry feel. I like that very nicely hydrated, illuminated skin that gives you a very natural radiance, and also it makes my skin look very beautiful. But this on the other hand is a very full coverage, and it is completely a matte foundation that will stay as long as you want it to be. And this is how the shade Golden looks like. Yes, this is supposed to suit medium skin tone with yellow undertone, but this is not a bad one. It is just that the shade is off, and I don't like matte foundations nowadays. Then I have Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation in the shade F10.5, and this suits people with medium tan skin tone with warm yellow undertone. But actually it does not have warm yellow undertone, it has a pink undertone. Let me guys give you a swatch what I mean by it. So as you can see, yellow will look like this, but this is straight up pink. This is a very good foundation. It is a very full coverage matte foundation that will look beautiful on people with oily skin type, or if you have normal skin you can still go ahead and use this. People with dry skin like me should stay away from this foundation, because if you use this on day-to-day basis, then this will make your entire face dry. It will just suck up the extra moisture, it will suck up the hydration from your face, and your skin will look very dead tired and very flaky. So yes, I have stopped using this for that reason, but otherwise this is a very good foundation. And yes, I used to love this, but now I am going to get rid of it. Then I have another Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation, and this is in the shade F12.5. This shade looks good on people with medium dark skin tone with golden undertone. Now this is the shade that I have. This both I had picked up because this is very light and this is actually very dark. Now that it has blended into my skin, you will not know on the camera, but when you see in front you can make out that 12.5 is little bit dark on my skin tone. So I used to mix these two, 10.5 and 12.5, and get my perfect shade. Once I had made a very big mistake that I took this matte foundation on my vacation. The weather there was extremely cold, it was minus, and I was using this on everyday basis, and when I came back to Mumbai, skin was all peeling off and my skin looked very old and very dead tired. There was wrinkles. I don't know how I revived my skin. After that I have decided that I will not use this foundation. Even if I'm in Mumbai, I'm still not gonna use this foundation. Because of this reason I'm getting rid of it. Next I have another Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Foundation in the shade 322 Warm Honey. This suits people with tan skin with warm yellow undertone. This is how the shade 320 looks on my skin, and as I said why I don't love this foundation, so yes, I'm getting rid of it, but it has a very nice yellow undertone, and if you are little bit lighter than my skin tone, this will definitely look good on you. And if you want something under budget, then you can go ahead and use this foundation only if you are normal to oily skin type. Next I have Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation in the shade 330. This suits people with tan skin with warm yellow undertone. First let me give you guys a swatch that how yellow it is. So this is how the 330 looks on my skin tone. Now if you are little bit lighter than me, have a very strong yellow undertone, then you can go ahead and use this foundation. But when I use it on my skin tone, it looks very light and yellow on my skin. This is a very nice foundation which is very lightweight, gives you a matte finish. Also it is long lasting and you will not feel that you are wearing something. It makes your makeup look very beautiful. And I was just keeping this baby girl on my vanity because I had spent $38 and I did not feel like getting rid of it. But because this has already expired, it has been 6 years since I've got this foundation, so it's time to say bye bye to this baby girl. If I ever want to buy another Fenty Beauty foundation, I will go for a right shade. And yes, next I have L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hours Pro Matte Foundation in the shade Caramel Beige. Now this suits people with tan skin with warm yellow undertone. First let me give you guys the swatch how it looks on my skin tone. So this is how the shade Caramel Beige looks alike. I don't remember why I exactly got this foundation, but I just remember that I haven't used this foundation even once after I purchased it, because you can see how I can use it on my skin. I was a real time fool when I was picking my foundation, because all of it as much as you can see the swatches, every shade was wrong. So I cannot tell you anything about the formula and the texture and consistency and the lasting power because I have not tried it on myself. Most of the foundation that I'm swatching today has been expired, so that's why I am getting rid of it. And also I want to make some space in my vanity. I just don't have any extra space to buy new products. That's why I'm not buying any new makeup. Yes, first let me make some space and only then. So yes, because of this reason I'm getting rid of it. Next I have this LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Illuminating Foundation, and as you can see the color, it is straight up white because this is used as a mixing medium to make your any darker foundation lighter. So yes, for that reason I had bought this shade, but I never used it. So this is how the shade white looks like, and as I can smell, it smells very awful. And yes, I've never used it to lighten my foundation, so this was a waste of money that I got this white mixing medium. Next I have Milani Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1 Concealer Plus Foundation, and I had picked up the shade 04 Medium Beige. This particular shade suits people with medium skin with cool pink undertone. First let me give you guys a swatch what I mean by it. So this is how it swatches, and you can see it is straight up white on my skin tone. I remember getting this foundation after seeing a YouTube review, and she had a lighter skin tone than me, but I don't know what got into me that I thought that yes, that shade will suit me also. This is a very nice lightweight medium to full coverage foundation that looks very beautiful on your skin. It will make your makeup look very pretty. At the end of the day, you will just look beautiful once you wear this foundation. If you ever use this foundation to any event, you will get all the compliments in the world because it makes your skin look flawless. And that is why I love using Milani foundation now that I have my perfect shade. So yes, I'm getting rid of this bad boy because of its wrong shade selection just by me. Next I have this Jouer Essential High Coverage Foundation in the shade Caramel. This suits people with tan skin with warm yellow undertone. This contains hyaluronic acid. It has a matte and oil-free formula. So this is how it swatches, and it looks very beautiful once you apply it on your face. But dry skin people, stay away from this foundation because you cannot use any oil based product underneath. If you tend to use any oils or any light serum based oil, then you know your foundation will just cake up, it will not blend. Now if you are a oily skin type, this foundation will work as a boon because this has a very nice high coverage finish and it will just even out your skin. It will hide every single mistakes, unevenness on your face. But if you are a dry skin type like me, then you have to stay away. It is very difficult to work with this foundation. You cannot make it work anyhow. You just have to have a very good base underneath. So yes, that is why I am getting rid of it, but the shade match is just perfect. Next, I have this Bobbi Brown Long Wear Skin Finish Foundation with SPF 15. The shade that I received by mistake is Warm Walnut. This particular shade suits people with deep skin with warm yellow undertone. First, let me give you guys a swatch what I mean by receiving a wrong shade. So this is how it looks on my skin type. Now, as you can make out from the bottle itself that the shade is too dark than my actual skin tone. I couldn't make it work with even a lighter foundation. It still looked very off. Now, I had ordered this $50 foundation from nostrum.com because they ship to India, and after paying the shipping charges and the custom duties, when I opened the package, my heart was just crushed. I was so disheartened to receive such a deeper shade that it was total waste of money. I still remember I had cried for 3 days straight when I got this shade. And yes, because now that it has expired and I do not feel like keeping it more in my vanity and remembering that how much money I had wasted, I am getting rid of this. Then I have another Maybelline Superstay 24 hours full coverage foundation in the shade Sun Beige. Now this particular shade suits light medium skin tone with yellow undertone. So this, by the packaging and the content itself, you can make out how light it must have looked on my skin tone. Let me just give you a swatch that this is how it looks on my skin. Because the shade is wrong, I'm getting rid of this. Next, I have another Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Foundation. Even this is a wrong shade that I had selected. It was in the shade 310 Sun Beige. Now this suits people with light medium skin tone with yellow undertone. And let me guys give you a swatch. So this is the shade Sun Beige, and yes, because it is very light and already an expired product, I am getting rid of it. Next, I have another Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Foundation in the shade 213 Natural Buff. Now this particular shade suits light to medium skin tone with a warm peachy undertone, and this is how it actually swatches on my skin tone. This particular shade is lighter than the shade Sun Beige. Bhagwan bachaye mujhe that I wasted so much money in buying all this foundation, that too wrong ones. So yes, just because of this reason I'm getting rid of it, and also this has expired long ago. Coming on to the last but not the least, I have this Colourpop No Filter Foundation in the shade 145 Medium Dark, and this will suit people with light tan skin tone with warm yellow undertone. Now as you can see, this is how it looks on my skin tone. It has a very nice yellow undertone. It has a very nice lightweight formula that gives you medium to buildable full coverage finish, and also it makes your skin look flawless at the end of the day. This will not make your makeup look cakey or patchy, and it will just give you an even skin tone finish. It retails for $10. So if you ever get a chance to pick up this foundation, just go ahead and pick it up. You will not regret it. Now you don't get a separate cap with this. You get a locking system, so once you lock, the foundation is not going to come out, but the packaging is made out of glass, so it is not travel friendly according to me. And yes, alright you guys, so this is it for today's video, and I hope you found the content helpful and interesting. If you did, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, like and share. Don't forget to turn the bell button for my future uploads notification. Also, you can follow me on my social media handles, whose link I have mentioned it over here, and also in the description box. Come and say hi. If you have got any kind of question, ask me there. I will see you soon on my next one. Till then, bye bye, take care.